Ke a le amogela mo lenaneho le lengwe la Raising Babies 101. Gompieno re tla re bua ka botlhokwa ba boitekanelo ba bophelo ba bomme le botlhokwa ba di-ultrasound as it is useful in preventing maternal and perinatal mortality. Mo Big Dilemma, re thusa bomme gore ba sutsumetse bontate gore ba ye ko dithutong tsa pelegi. Mo Easy Peasy, re go fa dikeletso tsa go itukisetsa ultrasound when you are pregnant. All this and more on Raising Babies 101. Maternal health e bua ka boitekanelo ba bomme ha ba imile le nakong ya pelegi le ka morago ga pelego. Maternal health is a priority at all levels for bomme. Go botlhokwa gagolo mo baneng ba bone, their partners, extended families, and for society as a whole. Ultrasounds are a regular part of prenatal medical care. Ebile e kgona go bontsha batswadi ka dipontsho gore ngwana o gola jwang. Ke a le dumedisa botlhe lebitso la ka ke Carol Ofori ka jeno re bua ka di-ultrasound mosebetsi wa tsone ke eng le gore di thusa bomme ka eng go tlhalosetsa ka tsone tse re na le OBGYN gynae and sexologist Dr. Mpume Zenda. Hello, Dr. Mpume.
Hi, Carol. How are you?
I'm great. I'm really excited. Gare, the ultrasound is something that I really enjoyed, especially with my first child. To be able to bona ngwana gago in your stomach growing and understanding. I will say with my second pregnancy, they were able to pick up certain complications that I had. But are they necessary?
Oh, absolutely. In fact, by guidelines, every woman should at the very least, have one ultrasound during their pregnancy. And the function of the ultrasound differs depending on the timing of the pregnancy, so to speak. For example, in the first 12 weeks or your first trimester, one of the most important things about an ultrasound, first of all, is to determine that you actually are pregnant. The pregnancy is in the right place. And, you know, some of the first things we see at around 6 weeks is the heartbeat. And I mean, that is also exciting for the expecting couple. Then when you move a little bit just after 12 weeks, if there is a necessity, there's something we call prenatal testing, where it's done by fetal medicine specialists. This is now used to look for any other signs that may inform that more testing needs to be done to look for abnormalities. So that one is generally, particularly in the public sector, that one is generally done where somebody has a risk factors for any abnormalities. And then as you move along, you want to then start looking, is the baby growing appropriately? You're not only looking at the baby as well, you're looking at the placenta. Where's the placenta? Is it lying in the right space and it's not sitting right in front where it can cause bleeding during the pregnancy? But also other things, you look at the amount of water that's in the what we call liquor. Is there enough water? I know there's often a discrepancy between what the parents want to see and what the doctor is like, I just want to measure, I want to do what I need to do. And I think there should be this partnership in that I must understand what you want to see. Most women want to see, is my baby okay? Are they growing well? Is there a heartbeat? Are there 10 toes, 10 fingers? That kind of stuff. But there generally is a lot more that we look at and measure as a way of determining that baby is doing well.
Now, you did touch on public sector.
Yes.
And the fact that you have to at least have one ultrasound.
Absolutely.
If you're having a child, more public sector. Yes. If there's a situation where me asa doesn't have any complications and everything goes well, is it a big train smash to not have had an ultrasound at all? Is it something a mom must demand?
Absolutely. And it goes hand in hand with the responsibility of the mom reporting to the medical center. early enough. Ideally, we want it done in the first trimester, or at the very least, it must be done before 20 weeks. Because if we pick up any complication, there is still room for discussion as how the couple wants to process with the pregnancy.
And also with understanding how ultrasounds work, a lot of the time, like you said, the doctors have reasons for ultrasounds, medical reasons. But a lot of the time, whether it's a girl or a boy,
that's a big one,
ultrasound.
Oh yes, oh yes. And again, I always say, you know, when you're an OB-GYN, you have to be humane about what you're doing and understand, first of all, that the person on the other side may not get what you're doing. Explain, show them what the pictures are showing. What are you seeing now? And allow for people to ask their questions in terms of what they want to see, what their concerns are, and if they want to see the heartbeat over and over, give it to them.
Well, thank you so much, Doctor, for chatting to us about the importance of an ultrasound. I think a lot of our viewers now understand that it's important to go and at least have one. And it's not just to see the sex of the baby or to see how your baby's cute with big eyes or small eyes or whatever the case may be. There's actually a medical things that doctors are looking at.
You can still get those things done, but there is definitely always a medical reason for having those ultrasounds.
Okay, fantastic. Ke a leboga, Doctor. Re tla bo re bona gape for easy peasy when re paka beke go ya ko sepetleleng. Ke a leboga gape.
Thank you so much, Karen.
Thank you. Ke mo ge ultrasound e bohlokwa gagolo, especially if una le di-complications kapo matshwenyego. E kgona go bontsha bo doctor gore go iragalang le gore molato o mokae. Morago ga dipapatso re tla be re le bontsha gore go bonolo jwang go itukisetsa ultrasound appointment ya gago. Sala teng foo. Raising Babies 101 Infants Edition. Prenatal classes di ka go thusa go itukisetsa tswalo ya ngwana gago and give you confidence and information. O ka ithuta go tlhokomela le go fepa lesia la gago and stay healthy during your pregnancy. Mme o etsa jwang ga partner ya gago a sa batle go ithuta ka tsone tse. E ke big dilemma ya rona. Gompieno re na le batswadi Ntlanhla Boy le Sibusiso Made. Yaanong Sibusiso ene ha ba tle go ya go di prenatal classes ha di bone gore di botlhokwa mare Ntlanhla ene o imile ka ngwana gage wa mathomo ene o nagana gore di botlhokwa. To help us unpack this, Lulafatsi, le midwife and nursing sister Frida Ngwesana. Ke a lo amogela kaofela mo Raising Babies.
Thank you.
So Ntlanhla, please tell me, ke itse go your first baby, and of course we do metse for ngwana gago and o batla go ya le Sibusiso go di prenatal classes. A re tlhalosetse gore what's the problem? Go iragalang ka taba ya di prenatal classes?
Problem is Sibusiso a batle go ya le nna go di prenatal classes because he's always telling me I feel like somehow he's doing excuses for us to go to prenatal classes, which is somehow I feel like I don't support each and every step.
Yaanong Sibusiso ba go paisitse mo Raising Babies 101 gore ha ba tlo go ya go di prenatal classes. Kopa o tlhalosetse ntate gore ke eng e go etsang gore o ska ya go di prenatal classes.
Kungiya kuma-premature kuma-classes ukuthi esikhathini esiningi ama-classes abala kumele ngiye khona emsebenzini khona, so kubalulekile khona ukuthi emsebenzini kodwa ngiyacabanga ukuthi mhlawumbe amayile khona yena akhona ungifundisa izinto engazazi mayelana nokwemntwana kokuqala.
Okay. This is where I'm going to bring you in, Sister Frida. Kare, what we need to understand for Ntlanhla and for Sibusiso, what is the purpose that's on the prenatal classes? What are they for?
Carol, if I may say that, I heard it well that Sibusiso does want to maybe go to the classes, but now he's working. That's why he doesn't get a chance. So it doesn't start with the classes. It starts when the couple plan for a child. It's when all the classes start, I'll say that they agree that we are ready to have a child. And then now when it comes to the classes, as Sibusiso said that he's working, it will be possible for Ntlanhla to go for the classes if Sibusiso cannot go. Then when she comes back home, then she can demonstrate what they were doing During these classes, it's not only Ntlantla who will be gaining here. Psychologically, she gains a lot by Sbusiso being present, attending the classes with her. The baby in the stomach, also in her tummy, can also hear the voices. The baby knows the voice of the mother first, but as the father comes, along and communicate with the mother, now the baby will also get used to know the second voice will be the voice of the father. Right. So the classes are very important.
For people at home who don't know, classes study prenatal, what are we learning in the prenatal classes?
In fact, it will start by the examination first. As the parents are being examined, the pregnant mother is being examined. Then the classes will go according to, is this mother able to do these type of exercises? Because most of the exercises are to relax the mother. You need to be relaxed. Let go of your body. Because if you get tense, the baby as well, the movements of the baby get tense. So whatever the mother is doing during the classes, that's what the baby is feeling.
So
the baby
it's mainly exercises that happen.
Yes.
In the because I remember when I was pregnant with my first child, and this is of course ngwana gago wa pele, so it's a special, very special experience. Le nna ne ke batla gore monna ka atle le nna go di prenatal classes because we are on this journey together. I get the reason why you want him to be there, and what I also liked about the prenatal classes, ke go bona bo mme ba bang. You get to have conversations about their experiences on their road in pregnancy, and it forms like a motherhood sort of environment, right?
Yeah, it's a support group.
Yes.
But now I come also to what Tantla was saying, wanting Sbusiso to be there. But remember, the other mothers might be having their partners as well. So you'll find that where the partner has to do something, rubbing off the tummy, Sbusiso is not around the rubbing of the tummy. So there are other exercises that really, it will be nice when the father does what he's supposed to do during the time of a class. And it starts there to build that relationship with the mother, the child, and the father.
Absolutely. Yeah. Let's go back to Sbusiso. Sbusiso, now I have to ask you, you've heard the importance of the prenatal classes around mainly support structure, also some exercises in those classes. Have we changed your mind in any way for you to at least attend class A1 fellas, Busiso?
At least attend A1. And then and then I will be in.
Okay, I love that.
Yeah, I'm happy.
Are you happy? What I will say to both of you is that also look at online opportunities, study classes that are online that you can do where okay, this is an exercise that you do with daddy and you can do them together as well. When daddy comes back from work, then there's no excuses, Sibusiso, for you not to take part in these exercises, Akir. We've changed a man's mind. More Raising Babies 101. Okay, I hope you're happy. Are you happy with the decision and the fact that he's coming in?
Yes, I'm happy.
Okay, that's fantastic. Anything else, Mefrida?
I'm happy that Sbusiso is buying in this. It's very, very important for him to be there for Atlanta.
I love it, love it, love it. So we just need you there. Just and rub our belly through this process, especially for a mom who's on her journey with her first baby. Wishing you all the best on your journey with your little baby on the way. Thanks for coming. Appreciate it, Ntlantla. Okay. It is clear that having wana omuncha mulapeng will be an adjustment, and the more you've prepared, the easier you'll settle into your new lifestyle. If prenatal classes are something that you don't have access to or don't feel you need, make sure that you find alternatives in the form of knowledge and support to help you through. Up next is Decoding A to Z, and today P is P for preeclampsia. P for preeclampsia, also called toxemia. This is a potentially dangerous pregnancy complication characterized by high blood pressure. It can lead to serious, even fatal complications for both mother and baby. There may be no symptoms, but high blood pressure and protein in the urine are key features. There may also be swelling in the legs and water retention. Preeclampsia can often be managed with oral or IV medication until the baby is sufficiently mature to be delivered. Now for some great news for all of you at home. You stand a chance to win 200 Rand shopping voucher at an exclusive baby retailer. How can you be a winner, you ask? Well, just answer the following easy question. Most ultrasounds are performed on the surface of the skin. Is this yes or no? Post your answers on our Facebook page and you could be a winner. Morago ga dipapatso re tlo go bontsha gore o itukisa jwang for appointment ya gago ya ultrasound. Welcome back. If you just tuned in, you're watching Raising Babies 101, and we're about to show you how easy it is to prepare for an ultrasound visit. Harshebe. So, kinale Dr. Mpume Zenda, and utlo re tlhalosetsa gore for our first ultrasound, re apere jwang and how do we prepare for it? Welcome again, Doctor.
Thank you.
So, ke bona gore we have to have comfortable clothes.
Absolutely.
Kopa re tlhalosetsa gore why is it important that we wear comfortable clothes?
Comfortable clothes because the doctor will need to obviously expose if they're doing what we call it transabdominal, which is on your tummy. They'll need to expose this part. But sometimes if it's still very early in the pregnancy and they need to do what you call it transvaginal, the one that goes inside, something that is easy to take off, they will give you the privacy whilst you change and then allow that.
But also remember, when you're pregnant, those kapara diaparo that are tight because it's also very uncomfortable. Now, a full bladder is very important. Full bladder. So drink a lot of juice, tea, coffee, whatever it is before visit ya gago.
Yeah.
Why do we have to have a full bladder?
Right. So specifically for the ultrasound, it's good because the waves, the sound waves that the ultrasound uses travel easier. So you can see a little bit clearer if you're doing the one in your tummy. It's actually quite the opposite if you're doing the other ultrasound that goes inside, because then we generally want you to have an empty bladder.
I've heard, I can say that if you drink icy cold water before ultrasound ya gago, your baby will move around and the picture say magnifique.
Not so much the water, but if you eat something, it usually arouses your baby to be more active. So eat something, a small snack before, and that usually just works fine.
Okay. What have been some of the myths people have around the ultrasound that you want to dispel, Khoneano?
The one that's actually funny is when people think, say for example, they have an ultrasound and the doctor has confirmed the sex and maybe it's something they wanted an opposite.
Yes.
So they like, if I have just another ultrasound, maybe something would have changed. And we're like, no.
Now, what else would you say is important that when I come for my ultrasound, I must always remember? You mentioned a phone to me when we chatted briefly.
Yes.
The importance of a phone to take pictures and capture the moment?
Look, and I think this is more on a personality of your doctor as well, but generally things like, you know, taking small videos, those are moments you want to capture, and you can go home and before you go to bed, you can reminisce, especially if your partner is unable to participate or is unable to come through to the visit. So you have something. Sometimes pictures, you go home, you're like, what was that? Was that the head or that the foot? So it helps. If your doctor allows you, just ask nicely and take a video whilst you're busy with your ultrasound.
Oh, I love that. Thank you so much, Dr. Aleboga.
Absolutely.
Okay, so le utlwile ge gore doctor a re tshwentse le nwe metsi kapo juice kapo tee. Just make sure gore bladder ya gago e tletse gore ha o fitla ko ultrasound ba tla gona go ultrasound sentle. Le gore wear comfortable clothes. O etse gore o ska ba o apara dilo tse uncomfortable. Wear your comfortable clothes gore go easy ha o kena ka mo officing ya doctor a gone go sheba ngwana. So don't be anxious, don't be scared. It's a fun process, and most importantly, it's all about getting ngwana gago ready for your final meeting day. Ke nako ya go dula fatshe le yummy mommy wa rona. Yummy mommy wa gompieno ke Melanie Ramji, and Melanie is of course a PR extraordinaire and mommy to 3 beautiful children. Welcome, Melanie.
Thanks for having me. So excited to be here.
Yes, so excited, and I know for you this mommy journey has been quite a beautiful one. You've got 3 beautiful kids. Walk me through the process of being a mom to 3 dynamic children.
Okay, well, we'll start at the first one. He's 17.
Yeah.
I was blessed to inherit him.
Yes.
So he came fully grown.
Yes.
No nappy problems, no teething issues. So blessings for that one. My second one is 8, Musa. And it was a tough pregnancy. He was premature. My water broke early. I went into hospital. I had to sleep for, 2 weeks in hospital, and then he was born. Fast forward 6 years later, he's got a little sister. She's 2, Maya, and she also was premature, born on the same day as him. She was 3 weeks early.
Now, like we said, you're a mom to 3 kids. You've got your PR company that you run yourself. You're known as High Press because you are just the press lady when it comes to PR.
I bring the hype.
You bring the hype. How is it like juggling that, being a mom, being a wife, running your own business, and also just, pushing out all these big brands that you work with and promoting them? How do you do it all?
Yeah, I think I'm blessed to say easy. I do it easily, but I do have a proper squad, a team.
Yeah.
I've got a most supportive partner who's with me through every step of the way. So he's the other mom and I'm the other dad, and we make it work. I also have a live-in nanny who's my kid's other mom. Well, she's actually the real mom. I just birthed them. But yeah, supportive mom, a supportive nanny, supportive aunts.
Yes.
I've got a whole squad, like I say.
So
A
support
whole
has
team.
been a big part of how you managed to do this all.
I would not be able to without them.
Now, you just mentioned as well that you had 2 premature children.
Yes.
What advice do you have for moms who are facing the similar situation and are very nervous because they've been told that it looks like the baby might come earlier than expected?
I think the most challenging thing is having to leave your baby at the hospital, because with most births you have to leave after on the 3rd day. So be strong. I think I collapsed on the 5th day of having to leave my child at the hospital, and I had to toughen up. I had to get a doctor in to give me some counseling when I would come to see my baby in ICU, and it was you have to be tough.
Yeah.
You have to have a thick skin.
You have to have a thick skin. Now, you've been working on some exciting projects in the future.
Yes.
And, of course, PR is a game that just, you never know what you get. It's always, you never know what hand you're being dealt in the PR space. What advice do you have for women who are chasing dreams? I mean, being in PR is chasing real big dreams every day.
Yeah, I think never stop dreaming. Follow your heart. If we don't dream, we'll never grow. Yeah. And I'm a big believer in that. So never stop dreaming, and don't ever think your dream is small.
Yeah.
Because I once believed I would own my own business.
Yeah.
I once believed that I would be a mom.
Right.
And here I am.
And all of those dreams have come
They've
true.
come true.
And just one tip for the moms and dads at home about parenting that you've learned on your journey.
Sure. One single word.
One tip can be a whole line.
Strength.
Strength. Yeah. Is that how you do everything, right?
Yeah. Well, there's on the one hand strength and happiness that children and parenthood and motherhood brings.
Right.
So 2 on the opposite scale. Happiness, strength.
Happiness and strength. Oh, well, we can definitely see the happiness and strength. I mean, I follow you on social media and I've seen all the happiness and strength through the mothering you're doing with your kids and being a wife and the business and everything. Well, thank you so much, Melanie, for coming and sitting down with us. Wishing you all the best on your journey in PR as you carry on doing what you're doing. And of course, all the best to your family as well.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Well, that was a fantastic, fantastic show. I want to thank you all for tuning in today. And of course, to my wonderful guests for being here with me and unpacking all these interesting conversations. For me, Carol Ofori, goodbye until next time.